Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming to our virtual cocktail hour. This is the second in the series of Intermission with Annie. Today, I am with former artistic director, actor, director extraordinaire, Andy Barnicle, waving from his lofty home in Capo Beach. Hi, Andy.
Hi, Annie.
What are we drinking today? Hold that bottle up.
Today we have Laguna Playhouse, McLean Winery, Curtain Call Cabernet Sauvignon. I've got my little aerator, which was an opening night gift from somebody in the cast of Fallen Angels. And I'm
good. I already did it.
Now.
Already did it.
The cat is walking across my lap, so watch out for him. There he is. Ripken, get out of there.
That Ripken, so, really?
Yeah, Ripken. Yeah. Full name is Poopy Face Ripken.
All right, there it is.
All right. Oh, that's good. You know, I don't usually drink before 9 o'clock in the morning, Andy. This is fun. So
I knew you would take one for the team if I asked.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Oh my goodness.
It is good, isn't it? You might have to have another sip. And this wine is for sale through Laguna Playhouse by the case. You can go on the Laguna Playhouse website and go to the page that has the wine listings and sales on it and help yourself. So talk to me about, I just wanted to sort of have a conversation about your last two experiences at the Playhouse, which were as a director, Harvey, and as an actor in 12 Angry Men. And those were just two extraordinary productions to be a part of.
And prior to that, King of the Road, which was a good one too.
Boy.
So I'm on a roll. Yeah, I mean, the 12 Angry Men was one of the best theater productions I've ever been connected to. I had a relatively small role, but it was still, from moment one to the end, it was a terrific experience. It was one of those deals where the house lights go out at the stage lights go out at the end of the play. And during the blackout, we were all instructed to take positions around a table in the dark, waiting for the lights to come up for the curtain call. And when the lights came back up for the curtain call, the audience was already standing on their feet. They're already standing, and that was virtually every performance.
Yeah, every performance.
So it wasn't like they waited for the lights to come up and then stood up. They were standing up in the dark when the lights were still going. That was kind of a unique experience.
That was a riveting production.
Yeah, it was. And then the curtain call for Harvey, of course, had the invisible Harvey came out for a curtain call.
Yeah.
There was an empty space in the center of the stage and everybody cheered him.
That was a great cast too, and so much fun to work with French and Vanessa Stewart. I mean,
it was a fun group, and we hit the ground running on that thing, put it together without too much rehearsal time, and everybody was right on the ball, so it worked out really well.
Yeah. You know, we're doing we have a centennial, a variety of centennial things coming up as we enter our 100th anniversary season, but we are doing a centennial circle. And for those who join our centennial circle, we're going to offer a series of readings, staged readings starting hopefully in August. And I've asked Andy to direct the first one for us, which is the very first play ever presented at Laguna Playhouse, Suppressed Desires.
Yeah, Susan Glaspell, who was one of the founding members of the Provincetown Playhouse.
Right.
And she was a well-known playwright back in the day. It's a kind of a short play about the advent of psychoanalysis and how it affects the rich bourgeois people. So it's kind of fun. It's a comedy.
It's really fun.
Yeah. I'm looking
it's very Neil Simon-esque to me.
Yeah, in a way. Yeah, and I think she wrote it as a lark. I don't think she intended to be anything more than just a little commentary on the popularity of psychologists around New York City, and she was just making fun of people who take that stuff so seriously. Everybody who was in therapy in the 1920s.
It is I mean, it's a pretty relevant play considering that it was written in the 1920s.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, 1920. That was when it was produced in the Playhouse.
For those who become Centennial Circle members, part of their package is that they get a series of plays that represent a play from every decade at the Playhouse. So we'll start out with the 20s, and we may jump around a bit. We may go in order, but there'll be 100 years of a play a decade.
Yeah.
And I must say, I went to Santa Barbara Ensemble Theater. Gosh, it feels like a century ago, but it was only a few months ago, to see a beautiful production of Emma, Jane Austen's Emma, that Andy directed. It was really glorious.
It was a musical, yeah, and it was really nice. It was Paul Gordon, the same guy that did Daddy Longlegs.
Which we did my first year here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, really lovely work.
Yeah, it was another great group. I don't know what's going on with me. I'm just getting good actors these days. I don't know how that's happening. The Playhouse has gone through many incarnations. I don't know if you've looked at the history carefully. The only time other than now it was ever shut down was during World War II, and it was
right.
USO station for soldiers. And that was for a couple of years. And after that, a lot of Hollywood movie stars were doing summer stock there over time. It was a lot like the La Jolla Playhouse was in
I mean, but why wouldn't you? I mean, why wouldn't you?
I know. And then it gradually became a localized community theater with ever-growing budgets, because Laguna's always been a destination and the theater was doing well. And then it just sort of slowly morphed into professionalism. By the time I got there, it was already halfway there. And I decided, it was probably Rick Stein and I decided probably the best thing to do is just push it over the edge and go full hog on paying actors and getting the best actors we could. The idea being, let's do the best possible theater we can do, regardless of where the people live.
You had some really big monster hits. Patsy Cline was another big hit for you.
Yeah, and that's you want to call Sally Struthers and ask her if she'll drink a glass of wine with her, because she was a hoot. She was one of my favorites.
She is a hoot. She's still a hoot.
Yeah. When we did I Love You, You're Perfect, Not Changed, we did the West Coast premiere of that, and we ran it in our season. We sold it out, virtually sold out every show in the month. We revived it in the summer with no subscribers, and we sold out an 8-week run.
Incredible.
Yeah, that was by far our biggest attendance.
Wally Ziegler to this day talks about selling standing room only seats for that.
Yep.
It was the gallery in the back of the theater.
The same thing happened with Sylvia, not quite to that extent, but we had a similar experience with Sylvia. We ran it during the season. It sold so well, we revived it in the summer without subscribers, and bam, ran it for 6 weeks or something like that, sold out. So that's great, because when you revive something, you've already got the scenery, you've got the actors all rehearsed, you put together in 4 days, and you save on all that overhead.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. But it's time to drink some wine and say goodbye.
All right. Yes, that was a pleasure. Thanks. Anytime. I'd like to do the white wine with you too. So.
Okay, good. All right, then we're going to go back and revisit in a few weeks. We'll go back and revisit the white wine and have a further conversation.
Yeah.
Talk about what we want to do together in the future.
I'm going to go down now and eat breakfast. Right?
That's my friend Andy Barnicle. Bye, Andy.